Chroeso I Ddinas Caerdydd ac I seremoni radio Prifysgol Caerdydd. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the city of Cardiff on this beautiful afternoon and to the graduation ceremony of Cardiff University. I'm Mr. Les Rees, and as University Director it's with great pleasure that I welcome you one and all to today's graduation ceremony. We're here to celebrate our students' achievements, and I'm particularly pleased to welcome parents, family and friends to join in this celebration. Students, today marks a marvellous milestone in your life, as it does in the lives of those who've supported you over the last few years. And it is good to see so many of your supporters here in the audience with you today. I'm sure it will enhance your understanding and indeed enjoyment of the day if we spend just a few more minutes, I think, going through procedures for the ceremony. For those of you receiving an award today, perhaps you thought passing your exams was the biggest challenge that has faced you in your lives thus far. Wrong. You've got to cross the stage with dignity and elegance and all of those things, poise, and more importantly, you've got to shake hands with the right person. That's the Vice-Chancellor. Try not to seek an award from anyone else. They're not as valuable on eBay when you sell them later. The university's president, Lord Kinnock of Bedwellty, will formally open proceedings in a few minutes, and the Vice-Chancellor, Dr. David Grant, will receive you to your award. You've already met our Chief Marshal, Professor David Williams, and shortly I'll be joined here on the stage by academic staff, presenters, proclamation readers, and the representative of the Students' Union, Mr. Joe Al-Kayat. To my right will sit Professor David Skilton, the university's orator at this ceremony, and later he will introduce our Honorary Fellow. Honorary Fellowships are awarded at our graduation ceremonies to those who have achieved international distinction in their field. And today we're honoured to welcome Mr. Salim Asghar Kidwai, OBE. Professor Skilton will tell you more about his achievements in a short while. You'll see that the words used for the various stages of the ceremony are printed in your programmes under the relevant headings. A presenter will read out the names of students being admitted to the same award, and when each name is called, the student will ascend the stage, walk towards the Vice-Chancellor and shake his hand. A plea here. Be gentle with him. By the end of this afternoon, he'll have shaken nearly 6,000 hands in the 4 days of degree ceremonies that we've had thus far. Whilst past experience has shown that shaking the Vice-Chancellor's hand is perhaps a little more challenging than it actually sounds, there's little to be worried about in that you'll be carefully guided and marshalled all the way by our team of expert marshals who are here, happy to help. Once the ceremony is underway, it is very much a case of follow my leader. So that's the simple instruction, follow the leader. When you leave the stage, you will stand with your group, facing the stage with your backs to the auditorium, and the Vice-Chancellor will formally receive you to your awards. You will doff in reply, and you're then reseated by the marshals. When all the awards have been received, students will be asked to stand to receive the university's greetings. Finally, can I remind you that St. David's Hall is non-smoking? And can I also ask how many of you have got your mobile phones with you this afternoon, both students and in the audience? Could you just check now, please, that you're in your pockets or handbags and make sure that the phone is switched off? We'll be providing some wonderful musical entertainment later in the ceremony, and I can assure you it'll be better than anything your combined ringtones can produce. Can I also invite you, audience, and this is important, to clap only after the Vice-Chancellor has admitted each group of graduates to their awards, not as each one crosses the stage. The reason is fairly simple. It'll ensure that your hands are still functioning at the end of the ceremony, and it will also mean that you get a rousing round of applause for each group, and that just seems better. Right. The ceremony will now proceed with the robed procession of academic staff, led by the Chief Marshal. Thank you for listening, and do please enjoy every minute of the ceremony. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Welcome to Cardiff and to St David's Hall. Prynhawn da croeso I Gaerdydd a'r Neuadd Dewi Sant. As President of the University, it's my very great pleasure to welcome you to this graduation ceremony, or congregation as it's more properly called, and I'd like to extend particularly warm greetings to parents and partners and others whose love and support for those graduating today will have played a major part in their achievement. I also, obviously, offer my personal congratulations to those who are graduating. I rejoice at your achievement, and you can be absolutely certain that the qualification that you've earned from this university will be held in high regard, not just in the United Kingdom, but right across the whole of the planet. That reputation has, of course, been earned by Cardiff over a very long period of time, and to maintain the attributes of success, the university continues in its commitment to advances in learning provision, with, for instance, just this year, £50 million worth of investment in the advancement and provision of knowledge. That money's gone into a wide spread of activity: high technology, student accommodation, innovative facilities in a large variety of study disciplines. Such developments also obviously reinforce Cardiff's standing as one of Britain's leading research-led universities. We are now officially ranked 7th out of 106 institutions in the United Kingdom for the quality of research. And as a consequence of these achievements, we've seen huge rises in research awards to the university in recent years. Our annual income from those awards passed £100 million in 2006 for the first year ever, a 21% increase on the already record levels achieved in 2005. And interestingly, those awards went to a wide spectrum of activities, from medicine to law, city planning to philosophy, maths to theology. And it's performance like that which now puts Cardiff near the top of global rankings of the best places in the world in which to undertake postdoctoral work. All these factors have an obvious effect on the attractiveness of this university as a place of learning. This year, we had no less than 8 applications for every place available in the university. And we'll be continuing next year with over 19,000 full-time and nearly 7,000 part-time undergraduates and graduate students. And it's also fascinating and encouraging for us that just about everyone who nominates Cardiff as their desired place in which to undertake higher education has stipulated that Cardiff is the place of their first choice. Now, I suppose I should enter an apology at this stage for such patent boasting, but frankly, any apology from me about Cardiff University would be, to say the least, half-hearted, especially on such a day of celebration when there's manifestly and objectively so much to be proud of. In any case, I plead mitigating modesty because I haven't even mentioned the several designated areas of international excellence in this university. I haven't mentioned the nationally recognised sporting, cultural and academic achievements of our students, the national and international prizes, awards and other distinctions that have been earned by our academic staff for both research and teaching, the opening this year of the Cardiff International Academy of Voice, one of whose marvellous student singers, Gegi Niemeti, a Hungarian tenor, will be entertaining us later in these proceedings. All of these and many other attainments that are worthy of acclamation give manifold proof of prowess, proof of advancing standards, of opportunity, excellence, innovation, proof of Cardiff's commitment to nourishing the potential of those who come here from all parts and all cultures of the world and use their talents to fulfill themselves and to serve the interests of wider humanity. It's those achievements, those personal achievements, which, of course, are the greatest source of satisfaction to those who make the provision in Cardiff University, the academic staff who dedicate themselves to their students, and to families, of course. And that's what we're celebrating today at this congregation. So on that subject, I draw your attention to the fact that the procedures and words relating to the various stages of the ceremony are printed in your programme under the relevant headings. As you'll see, after graduates have been admitted to their qualifications by the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Dr. David Grant, Mr. Leslie Rees, the University Director, will ask all graduates to stand, and you'll be greeted by myself and by the President of the Students' Union, Mr. Joe Al-Khaya. In the final part of this congregation, the orator of the University, Professor David Skilton, will introduce Mr. Salim Kidwai for the award of an honorary fellowship of Cardiff University in recognition of his distinguished and generous service to business development in ethnic minority communities and consequently his contribution to the well-being of society. During the proceedings, I'd be obliged if you could applaud only after the Vice-Chancellor has admitted each group of graduates to their degrees, not as each one crosses the stage. I know that such restraint can be very trying on occasions like this, but time constraints and consideration, of course, for the health of your hands make this kind of limitation necessary. Before I conclude, I repeat something I think you've probably heard already this afternoon. I intone the modern litany. Please turn off all mobile phones. Parental gasps of joy at seeing their offspring come across this stage and crying babies are perfectly natural accompaniments to the proceedings, but telephones ringing aren't. I thank you all for your attention. Please enjoy this ceremony.
Nerth glad ei gwybodaeth, a nation's strength is in its learning. Boed hysbys I holl aelodau'r brifysgol ac ar hyd a lled y byd bod cynulliad y Brifysgol Caerdydd yn cael ei gynnal heddiw ym mhrifddinas Cymru. O dan awdurdod siarter frenhinol y Brifysgol, mae'r cynulliad hwn yn cyfarfod I dderbyn y myfyrwyr sydd yn rhynwedd eu hastudiaethau a'i ysgol heictod, wedi haroli'n briodol yn unol â statudau'r Brifysgol ac wedi cael yn deilwng o'i graddau. Wrth ddathlu llwyddiant y rhai sy'n graddio yn y cynulliad hwn, fe'i hatgoffwn o'i cyfrifoldeb I gyfrannu o werthoedd y Brifysgol hon. Nod iddynt hwy yw ceisio drwy eu cyflawniadau, wasanaethu lles pawb, ymdrechu I sicrhau rhagoriaeth ym mhob peth ac yn boeni am ddyfodol ein byd. Gwrandewch yn awchus ar ddoethineb, gan ei bod yn cynnig gobaith a gwirionedd ym mhob cenhedlaeth. Nerth glad y gwybodaeth, a nation's strength is in its learning. Let it be known to all members of the University and throughout the world that today, in the capital city of Wales, a congregation of Cardiff University is taking place. Under the authority of the University's Royal Charter, This congregation meets to receive those students who, by virtue of their studies and scholarship, have been appropriately examined according to the statute of this university and found worthy of their degrees. We celebrate the success of those who graduate in this congregation, and in doing so remind them of their responsibility to share in the values of this university. It is for them to seek through their achievements to serve the common good, to strive for excellence in all things, and care for the future of our world. Be attentive to wisdom, for it offers hope and truth in every generation.
I, Professor Gillian Douglas, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Stephanie Adams. Benjamin Aitken. Sana Akram. Fatima Ali. Sally Marie Andrews. Mian Ahmed Assad. Helen Elizabeth Ashcroft. Samuel Michael Austin. Chukwu Emeke Ugboma Azinge. Mark Andrew Baker. Anne Marie Jane Balfe. Bryony Claire Barber. Elizabeth Barclay. Susanna Barker. Lucy Jane Batten. Samantha Jean Belsey. Tammuz Emmanuel Ben Said. Victoria Claire Bentley. Neha Bazin. Stefan Biggs. Charlotte Jane Blankley. Amy Bowden. Victoria Ann Bowen.
Pnawn da, good afternoon. At this point in the ceremony, and at other equivalent times, it is a tradition of the university for the Vice-Chancellor to speak in Welsh to receive each group of graduates to their degrees. The Welsh phrase I will use, when translated, means, "Through the authority conferred upon me by the university, I receive you to the degree, which I will name, and to all the privileges of that degree. Crwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreniau radd hon." Congratulations.
Laura Megan Branfield. Amy Victoria Brindley. Stefan Stephanie Anima Robbie, Charlotte Ann Brown, Hayley Karen Burdis, Jenny Ann Callow, Doreen Chakani, George Edward Chapman, Delonia Shi Shiyuan Chong, Zhuo Chen Chong, Moon Lee Ephraim Christian, Christine Chua Chu Hui, Richard Peter Dennis Clark, Hannah Jane Code, James Arthur Vincent Conran, Andrew Copland, Matthew Christian Cowell, Naomi Lee Cox, Justin Crossfield, Rebecca Jane Cumming, Charlotte Daintree,
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, ymddiriedwyd I mi derbynnu a chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl frengau radd hon. Congratulations.
Nicola Dark, Lisa Jane Davies, Naomi Margaret Davies, Simon Davies, Thomas Rees Davies, Yvette Marie Davison Lungley, Hannah Louise Dell, Matthew Stewart Paul Dodson, Catherine Ann Donnelly, Joanna Sian Doolin, Jennifer Nicole Dowdall, Chantal Lee Anne Dutois, Sophie Emmeline Diamond, Otanya Egbe, Marged Enaira Evans, Rhys John Evans, Claire Ifunanya Ezekwe, Thomas Ross Fairfax, Wai Chia Feng. Gemma Brenda Ferniho. Sarah Victoria Ferrin. Abby Claire Fulford. Hannah Gailani. Katie Elizabeth Gammon.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbynnu a chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I hoff frenger radd hon. Congratulations.
Annika Maria Gose. Hannah Marie Gill. Amy Jane Goodall. Samantha Leanne Goulding. Owain Gwynedd Griffith. Lisa Kate Hadley. Brian Francis Hall. Yusuf Ahmed Hamza. Bethan Hankinson. Anna Victoria Harlow. Stephanie Harvey Powell. Andrew James Hassan. Nick Hawkins. Michelle Haley. Catherine Jane Henry. Joelle Nicola Hernandez. Catherine Ann Higgins. Lucy Emma Higgins. Stephen Horscroft. Yi Jun Hu. Eilian Gwilym Hughes. Esylft Meyer Hughes. Oten Gwen Ibori. Rebecca Louise Eisted. Robert Wynne James.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbynnu a chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I hoff freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Richard John Vaughan Jarvis. Natalie Jennings. Rebecca Lucy Johnson. Benjamin David Jones. Benjamin David Jones. Catherine Elizabeth Jones. Lewis Jones. Lydia Gwyneth Morgan Jones. Mary Eleanor Jones. Priyan Jones. Rhiannon Louise Jones. Rhys Owain Jones. Ravi Kapoor. Catherine Ann Knox. Iris Xiao Wei Ko. Gaynor Kynaston. Neil Anthony Lambert. Rachel Katie Cairns Lawson. Rebecca Sophie Lee. Lucy Ann Lester. Doinwen Lewis. Andin Anak Linton. Jennifer Ann Lockwood. Rachel Sarah Long.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaeth chwi I ra'r baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreniau braf hon. Congratulations.
Samantha Louise Lyons. Amanda Mann. Akshata Mandavia. Nicholas Gordon James MacDonald. Adam McKenna. Paul James Milford. Victoria Jane Mills. Nicola Julie Mogford. Mohammed Rashdan Mohammed Harith. Noor Adzima Mohammed Hazaki. Rachel Louise Moore. Davinia Morris. Joanna Claire Mortlock. James Mugleston. Pinky Nari. Stephanie Louise Niblet. Gareth Rodri Nicholas, Dino Nocivelli, Jackson James Croft Oldfield, Elizabeth Oyange, Victoria Claire Page, Stephen Payne, Aston Piver,
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl freniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Lauren Kammer Parry, Rajesh Pathania, Anna Edwina Patsalides, Melissa Grace Paul, Nicole Pearson, Lucy Perkins, Olivia Teresa Pike, Edward J. Pitchforth, Hayley Ellen Porter, Sarah Potts, Hazel Felicity Powell, Srinivas Raju, Adam Ramlugon, Jennifer Gale Rees, Rebecca Jane Rees, Edwin Gwynne Richards, Bethan Jane Roberts, Gemma Suzanne Robinson, Oliver Rokos, Elizabeth Clare Roper, Louisa Kate Rowlands, Andrew Paul Savage, Claire Louise Schofield,
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Lindsay John Scorfield, Jordan Selig, James Robert Bowden Shaw, Natalie Kate Shepherd, Kaylee Margaret Simmons, Ivanpal Singh Grual Harpal Singh. Christopher Andrew Smith. Daniel Elliott Smith. Jamie Lloyd Smith. Bibi Sultana Sohawan. Toby Spanton. Adam William Harry Spriggs. Jennifer Ann Squire. Cole Anthony Stacey. David Ron Stedman. Lucy Ann Strong. Michelle Yuen Bing Sun. Austin Anthony Sutton Jennings. Alison Elizabeth Tarrant. Gemma Claire Thomas. Karen Jane Tinsley. Sarah Tomaszewski. Jenny Tran.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreiniau'r brahon. Congratulations.
Emma Louise Turner. Tamlin Wendy Tyson. Sita Vagela. Danielle Marie Villa. Emma Vines. Simon Thomas Walters. Karen Wafofo Wanjohi. Tim Gareth Watson. Cordelia Alice Werry. Alexandra Lyndon Whitehead. Claire Natalie Whitney. Layla Lara Wilkie Buckley. David Christopher Williams. Gareth Gwyn Williams. Hafwen Jane Williams. James Brian Clive Williams. Victoria Williams. Sarah Catherine Woods. Catherine Louise Warlock. Tsai Siu Yi. Shehu Ahmed Yusufu. Sophie Alexandra Young. Lindsay Allen.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreiniau brachon. Congratulations.
Holly Maria Applin. Brian Laura Banks. John William Bateman. Michael James William Beasley. Elinid May Udina. Samantha Jane Carr. Sarah Nicola Cosby. Carrie Louise Elliott. Sophie Elizabeth Gallop. Angharad Kerry Jones. Fiona Jane Kimbley. Amy Elizabeth Marland. Annabelle Jane Mayer. Jennifer Claire McBride. Charlotte Mellowish. Katie Marie Mottershed. Adela Louisa Parsons. Kirsty Margaret Pavey. Laura Mary Penn. Nia Elizabeth Phillips. Gemma Kerry Pugh. James Daniel Raymond. Hayley Elizabeth Rees.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreiniau'r brachon. Congratulations.
Toby Spanton. Michael Spees. Luke Townsend. Monica Sophia Vasquez. Sarah Catherine Williams. Charlotte Claire Wilson. Alice Mary Beatrice Batten. Matthew Battonsby. Carleen Anita Berry. Samuel Alec Joseph Calvert. Anna Jane Cross. Amy Daniel. Kerry Jade Disbray. Gwar Edwards. Jack Kevin Fletcher. Ellen Claire Forrest Chard. Bernard Christopher Geerlings. Pedro Gemal. Charlotte Lisa Gerish. Fiona Kane. Sophie Catherine Kemp. Francesca Maria McVeigh. Jennifer Helen Phillips. Lucy Ann Phillips. Jessica Ann Pode.
Rhwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffrega braf hon. Congratulations.
Lucy Salmons. Laura Ann Steele. Heather Laura Vivian. Nathan Farodi. Daisy Godfrey. Natalie Jane James. Suzanne Verity Jane Morgan. Sian Elizabeth Williams. Kimberly Suzanne Garrett. Antonella Maria Gattuso. Sian Elizabeth Thomas. Emily Susan Watts-Russell. Patrick Ansell. John Berridge. Matthew Clark. Alexandra Tamsin Verity Cooper. Jonathan Kieran McLean Fry. Neil Greenhill. Catherine Ann Knight Grogan. Harpreet Gundara. Catherine Ann Hacker. Richard Hanson.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I rar, baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreniau rachon. Congratulations.
Elizabeth Hayter. Philip James Heafield. James Edgar Hoyle. Shay Darren Jones. Rodri Emlyn Lewis. Amy Elizabeth Martin. Laura Angharad Miles. Jonathan Hayden Mogford. John William Moore. Victoria Jane Morgan. Carolina Susanna Oprea. Kate Laura Parkinson. Mark William Pearce. Layla Faye Pritchard. Robert Edward Rees. Bethan Jade Thomas. Jonathan Ian Underhill. Gemma Leanne Wallbanks. Harry Wilkins. Tanya Kiara Williams. Matthew Morgan Wright. Janessa Ashwell.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I rar, baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreniau rachon. Congratulations.
Joshua James Bowyer. Gareth John Duncan. Zoe Alice Fuller. Lissa Louise Grota Edwards. Hannah Claire Grenfell Jennings. Faye Kamara. Milka Wambui Correa. Michaela Margaret Leon. Christopher Mark Lewis. Rachel Oldman. Sarah Shakib. Rachel Shell. Rebecca Joy Williams. Shelley Boyd. Angela Craven. Danielle Louise Davies. Lucy Catherine Sylvia Guest. Samantha Alexandria Marsh. Amy Ann Louise Thompson. Sophie Lisa Wilcox. Rachel Jane Bowen. Catherine Helez Griffiths.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffrengau radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Reverend Dr. Peter Sedgwick, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. J.B. Matthew Allen. Alicia Clarabel Brown. Charlotte Elaine Burden. Toby Oliver Butler. Darren Mark Carpenter. Ian Peter Cuthbertson. Hale Davis. Hayley Davis. Claire Ethel. Carol Ann Fieldhouse. Anna Mary Gould. Rachel Victoria Harris. Gemma Charlotte Higgins. Maggie Marie Hope. Philippa Ann Jacob. Philip Ann Allen Lee. Ira Rhiannon Lloyd. Daniel Mallion. James Stewart Massey. Laurie Ellen Matthews. Charlotte Victoria Meacham. Emma Lynette Morris. Helen Jane Reynolds. Elizabeth Rickard.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor yn y celfyddydau ac I holl ffreniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Terry Ann Isis Slatter. Victoria Ann Soman. Caroline Mary Thomas, Rosalind Elizabeth Warden, Faye Mary Williams, Cheryl's Sarah Lavender, Kerry-Ann Harrod Matthewson, Claire Margaret Forsey, Stephanie Dawn Waters, Lindsay Emma Wright, Amy Marinda Littler, Hannah Gwendolyn Kirkby, Doreen Oladipo, Alex Patel, Victoria Heather Payne, Victoria Florence Carpenter, Isabel Michael Ford, Claire Elizabeth King, Elizabeth Helen Cross, Huilia Grace Crossley, Rebecca Louise Douglas, Robert John Taylor, Claire Diana Warman, Natalie Louise Young,
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a amddiriedwyd I mi dderbaniau chwi I radd baglor yn y celfyddydau ac I holl franiau radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor David Boucher, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Arts. Timothy Stewart Edwards, Heather Mary Raleigh, I, Professor David Boucher, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Laws. Lee Coley, Kevin Francis Donlan, Adrian Harbage, Ross M. Lindsay, Vladimir Nasir, Jessica Susan Pacey, Alan Perry, Sukamrinda Pal Singh Alawalya, Aluwe Emisi Ashyat Balogan, Jives Chandrayan, Sangita Lois Christian. Pavel Sijek. Yeshodeep Guj. Rosalia Ioannou. Ying Sai Lai. Vanita Veda Luchmi Singh. Abimbola Alawumi Oka. Chifundo Tiri. Rikmini Roychaud Puri. Ru Yu Zhu. Patricia Young. Dominique Madeline Yolanda Bruxelles. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to award 2 forms of degree. Crwy awdurdod y Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd athro yn y celfyddydau ac I holl ffreiniau radd hon. Crwy awdurdod y Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd athro yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Dominique Madeline Yolanda Bruxelles. Lilian Gam. Irina Homolova. Julie Ann Hudd. Caroline Naselli. Hedelina Montiero. Dionysius Pantasis. Morgan Tigrea. Clementine Cécile Henriette Bond. Chloe Walmer. Sailor Al Botman. Owena Bosson. Neris Rachel Callan. Asad Chowdhury. Gemma Claire Cooper. Jane Patricia Davis. Michelle D'Souza. Gregory James Dix. Amanda Jane Dixon.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd athro yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
Gillian Amanda Down. Martin Vivian Dunn. Donald Joseph Franklin. Denise Amelia Hines Johnson. Dawn Margaret Johnston. Mary Kennedy. Megan McCausland. Alistair George McKelvey. Stephen McNicholas. Margaret Maloney. Dimitra Papastefanou. Mikhail Powell Jeremiah. Sarah Louise Ribbans. Harpreet Singh Sarna. John Saunders. Neela Sundar. Nicholas Taylor. Ben Christian Tyler. Eleni Vakachsili. Sean Elizabeth Wicks.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniad chwi I radd athro yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl freiniau radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor David Boucher, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Theology. Emma Louise Calderwood. Hilary Jardine. Jonathan Ball. Jonathan Beach. Philip Boucher. Andrew Totten. I, Professor David Boucher, introduce the following who has received the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
One at a time, please. Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd athro mewn diwinyddiaeth ac I holl ffreinio radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor David Boucher, introduce the following who has received the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Mary Keyes.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd doethyr mewn athroniau ac I holl ffreinio radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor Gillian Douglas, introduce the following who has received the degree of Doctor of Laws. Professor Richard Lewis.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniau chwi I radd doethyr yn y cyfreithiau ac I holl ffreinio radd hon. Congratulations.
Well done. You all made it across the stage, and I have to say I think you played your part superbly in our celebration. Thank you. Can I now invite all of you who've received your awards this afternoon to stand so that you can now receive the greetings of Lord Kinnock of Bedwellty, our President, and Mr. Joe Al-Kayat, the President of the Students' Union. Thank you.
Boedaeth groes yn boedaeth gofal yn wastad. Droslwydd ac anrhydydd ein prifysgol a'r lles ein byd. May your care ever be for the success and good name of our university and the well-being of our world.
You are now members of the distinguished alumni of this university. May your association with the university be cherished and be constant throughout your life, and may your care forever be for the fellowship of our university and the welfare of all people. And can I personally thank you all for supporting the Students' Union, not only this year, but throughout your time here at Cardiff. Thank you very much.
There is one last task that we ask of you now, before you sit down. I'm sure that all of you very proud graduates would like to join in a long-standing tradition here at Cardiff University and at these ceremonies, and that is to pay a special tribute to your families, to your friends, to your supporters, and indeed to the academic staff, all who have supported you financially and in so many different ways over the years, and who have helped you reach this important point in your life today. Can I invite you then to turn around, to greet your family, to your friends, and to say a special and very public thank you to them all by giving them all an enthusiastic round of applause. Thank you. You can now be seated.
Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Salim Kidwai's achievements are of no common order. It is not that he's a successful accountant in Cardiff, though he is, nor that he is a non-executive director of the Cardiff and Vale NHS Trust and chair of its audit committee, though he is both of these. It is not even that he's on the executive committee of Tomorrow's Wales and the steering committee of the Cardiff Chamber of Commerce Learning Network project, and has been a member of the management group of the National Institute of Adult Continuing Education Cymru and the Business Assets Strategy Partnership, though all this is true. The reason that we honour him today is his signal service to the Muslim communities of Cardiff and Wales generally, and his clarity and energy in bringing those communities into active contact with the larger society of which they are part, and, most strikingly for us today, into dynamic partnership with this university. I shall take his extraordinary range of activities in the community first, starting, as it were, from the top, with the Ethnic Business Support Programme, a project run on behalf of the Welsh Assembly Government, of which he is Chief Executive. Then we note that he's Secretary-General of the Muslim Council of Wales and of the Association of Muslim Professionals, as well as Trustee of the South Wales Islamic Educational Trust, Treasurer of the Alliance of Pakistani and Kashmiri Associations Wales, and on the executive committees of the Islamic Social Services Association. He is moreover on the executive committees of the Interfaith Council for Wales, the Faith Communities Forum, and the Three Faiths Forum. He is a member of the Welsh Refugee Council, on the Standing Committee of the United Nations Association, on the Advisory Committee of Common Purpose, and a consultant to the Hindu, Sikh, Somali, Iraqi, and Yemeni community centres in Cardiff, and I've admitted a few along the way. He makes sure the Muslim voice is heard in Wales. He's addressed the TUC conference in Wales, for example, while, as the Wales spokesperson in the Muslim Council of Britain, he ensures that the voice of Wales is heard in Muslim Britain. In 2006, he received an OBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours. He was invited, sir, to take an interest in our Centre for the Study of Islam in the United Kingdom, in the School of Religious and Theological Studies, and take an interest he did. By giving his time, enthusiasm, and wise counsel, he has helped establish the credibility of the centre with the local Muslim communities and in Muslim communities further afield, for example, through his creation of partnerships with schools and women's networks, with the result that the university's Centre for Lifelong Learning is now regarded as a learning resource for many with no prior contact with a university. Here we see one who brings joy to the hearts of those who are tempted to despair at the troubled state of human relationships, and, as it is part of our mission to promote understanding in the world and of our place in it, we are strengthened today by honouring Salim Kidwai with an honorary fellowship of Cardiff University. Anrhydeddus is gang hefflor, cyflwynaf I ti Salim Kidwai fel cymrawd anrhyddedd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Crwy'r awdurdod a roddwyd i mi gan y cyngor derbaniadu fel cymrawd eranfradaeth Brifysgol Caerdydd.
I begin in the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with the universal Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings of God be with you. Good afternoon, Prayer Hounda. It is indeed a particular pleasure for me to receive this honor. I am humbled, and I thank you for bestowing on me such an honor. I am more so delighted that my family is here to share with me this moment, particularly my grandson, who lives in Canada and 5 months old, and I hope he will come to this university. I extend my sincerest congratulations to all the young graduates on the success. Today is your day to celebrate and share it with your family and friends. I would like to share a few thoughts with the graduates who are entering a new phase of life. You are our future. Today is a very proud day for you and your family. For those of you who are starting new careers, you are not only starting careers, but also a new year in the University of Life, where you have to learn the realities of life, put your theoretical knowledge into practice. You are the privileged ones. You have been given this honor, but remember, the whole life is a learning process, and don't let it stop. Don't let your prejudices, perceptions, and stereotypes overcome your judgment. Prejudices comes from ignorance, and ignorance can only be overcome by education. But education is not achieved or is achieving degrees. It is a continuous learning process. Learn by interacting with people, understand other cultures and faiths, value, appreciate, and celebrate similarities, then we can live with our differences. Like in a family, all brothers and sisters have different views, opinions, and differences, but we live together and love each other. It is the diversity of differences which makes the world interesting and this country a beautiful place. There can be unity in diversity. Let us bring the communities together with better understanding, cohesion, respect, and tolerance. People of faith must not allow their religion to be abused by exclusivists, the ideologues. We must make a stand together for peace, understanding, compassion, and justice. We must welcome religious diversity. We must recognize that our scriptures and histories are interconnected and acknowledge our interdependence. Each faith has a contribution to make, both individually and together. Indeed, at this era in history, we need each other far more than in the past. The future of our world demands that we teach our communities the value and the benefits of dialogue and cooperation. We share the same general codes of ethics, which demands that we secure the rights of those who have been denied their rights, to care for those in need, the sick, the suffering, the widow, and the orphan, to welcome the stranger, the outcast, and the persecuted, and to offer shelter and refuge to the homeless and the dispossessed. Religious and cultural diversity should be valued and celebrated in the full knowledge that each faith tradition is unique and invaluable. Our religious traditions can best flourish in the just, pluralistic, and democratic societies where there is freedom of worship and where the rights of all individuals are respected. I believe God is the true owner of everything, that we are finite, and that all that we have is a loan or a gift from God. We therefore have a duty to look after this planet and protect its natural resources for the sake of future generations. That which binds us to God also binds us to one another as a single human family. May God, peace and blessing be with you, dear Lahawal.
Vice-Chancellor, Honorary Fellow, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the greatest pleasure in introducing from Cardiff University's International Academy of Voice, a young Hungarian tenor. He's going to sing from Verdi's Rigoletto La Donna Mobile. What else? His name is Gergely Nemeti. He's come a very long way, and you are about to be delighted. He's accompanied by James Samuel. Please welcome Gergely. You'd like more of that, wouldn't you? I think next year, now that we've got an Academy of Voice, we'll dispense with the President and just have people singing introductions, and that'll be more popular all around, including with the President. I can't help reflecting on the fact that there is a young Hungarian who happens to be part of the Hungarian minority from Romania, both now, of course, in the European Union, so that squares difficulties that his people have experienced for many generations. He's here in the capital of Wales, singing wonderful words by a remarkable Italian composer. I think that this globalization may have a future somehow, and I think that if it goes in that direction, then it's going to cause much less grief than some people believe. Ladies and gentlemen, as President of the University, it now falls to me to bring these proceedings to a close. Obviously, this occasion is one of the most pleasurable in the university calendar, indeed, in the whole of life itself. It's a real joy to see the pride and, let's face it, the relief expressed by graduates as they cross this red carpet here. I feel some relief often too at the fact that there have been no accidents despite the exotic footwear of some of the young women. I think it's a biological miracle that they can actually manage to get across there, especially sporting these things. These are sent to try the human race, actually, and keeping them balanced and retaining aplomb, elegance, or in the case of the young women, grace, is quite a remarkable feat in itself. I think we ought to give an extra diploma for it. I think that it's quite an achievement. I also can't help noticing, as one is bound to, the Queen must do this all the time, actually, sitting in ceremonies where people are marching in front. I notice reactions. The young men, only ever the young men, who give the Vice-Chancellor a wink. As if they haven't actually passed their exams, they've done a deal with the Vice-Chancellor, and only they know. And then there are the young men who say, cheers, as if he's bought them a drink, not given them a degree. Never the young women, though this morning, for the first time ever, I did witness on 2 occasions young women saying to the Vice-Chancellor, hi. No wonder there was a queue seeking his job when he won it against stiff competition. To those who've graduated today, I say, I really do hope that you have happy memories of your time in Cardiff. I hope that you can feel confident that your qualification earned here will make a real contribution to your fulfillment in your lives and careers. And I hope that you're determined to use the talents that you further sophisticated by being here, both for your own purposes, your own opportunity, your own prosperity, naturally, but also you use those talents as a contribution to the more general welfare of the world in which we live. To us, of course, everyone who's graduated today will always be Cardiff people. So I hope that you take pride in that and you will bear that identity with satisfaction. I hope that you will join our alumni organisation and that you will then take advantage of the benefits offered by that as it is developing into a strong worldwide network. I wish each and every one of you good health, good fortune, and every success in the future. Llong gyfalchiadau iechyd da a phob llwyddiant I bob un. Diolch yn fawr iawn.